Imagine a ruler who dared to challenge centuries of tradition, reshaping the very core of his nation's identity. King Harald of Elbaf, a visionary leader, sought peace over battle, knowledge over brute force, and progress over pride. But his untimely death, shrouded in conspiracy and betrayal, raises a question that could shake the foundations of One Piece lore. Was his murder truly committed by Loki, or does a darker truth linger in the shadows? As Elbaf's arc unfolds, Harald's influence might be the key to understanding the Giants' future and their mysterious ties to the One Piece world. In today's video, we dive into the intriguing story of King Harald, the former ruler of Elbaf, whose revolutionary ideals and mysterious death have left fans speculating about the hidden truths of his reign. From his bold vision for peace to the chilling accusations surrounding his murder, Harald's legacy continues to impact the Giants' homeland in profound ways. Could there be more to the story than what we've been told? And how might his life and death reshape the ongoing Elbaf arc? Stick around as we unravel the threads of this compelling tale. The previous king of Elbaf and his goal, King Harald ruled Elbaf for a long time. King Harald valued trade over all. It was only recently discovered in One Piece that King Harald was the former king of Elbaf. The first reference of King Harald occurred when Loki was introduced to the fans. Loki was revealed to be King Harald's son, with fans also learning that Hajrudin was his other son. Essentially, Loki and Hajrudin are siblings reared by King Harald together. Fans do not know what kind of relationship these brothers have with their father. However, one thing is certain: both brothers disagreed with King Harald's trade policies. Loki believes that fighting and violence are everything, but the story has made it obvious on numerous occasions that Hajrudin believes in Elbaf warriors and their pride. He considers Dori, Bragi, and the other Elbaf soldiers as everything, which, as previously said, is not consistent with King Harald's ideas. Regardless, it is exceedingly unlikely that any of his children despised him, despite one of them apparently being his murderer. Chapter 1134 of One Piece expanded on King Harald's character. With the arrival of the Owl's library, it was revealed that children pursue knowledge in the hopes of altering Elbaf. Elbaf was known 100 years ago for having warriors that fought all over the world and were publicly referred to as barbarians. However, the new Elbaf is quite different. At the very least, people are attempting to make Elbaf unique, and the source of this transformation is none other than King Harald. It is thought that he battled for this reform, and that he was chiefly responsible for establishing Owl's library to educate children and encourage peace rather than fighting pointless battles. As previously stated in the chapter, King Harald clashed with the Giants, and his plan was undoubtedly effective, at least partially. Unfortunately, King Harald was slain in cold blood, and fans were informed that the person responsible was none other than Loki. Loki was sentenced to crucifixion for this violation, and he has since spent his time in Elbaf's underworld. King Harald died 6 years ago, and Elbaf has been without a king ever then. King Harald's death might be bigger than imagined. King Harald could have been murdered by the government. Fans were told that Loki was responsible for King Harald's death. The famous devil fruit, which had been passed down through the country's royal line, was revealed to be the reason Loki killed Harald. This devil fruit was most likely kept safe by King Harald, and Loki was very likely interested in it. Of course, King Harald would not have permitted him to devour the devil fruit, knowing that Loki was not the one for whom he was destined. And one thing led to another, and Loki eventually killed his own father in an attempt to eat the devil fruit. Once Loki ate this devil's fruit, he was up against the entire nation, enraged by their king's death, and he was successfully subdued after being imprisoned in Elbaf's underworld. At least this is how the story was conveyed to fans at the start of One Piece's Elbaf arc. However, it is highly possible that these occurrences are not entirely accurate. The first thing fans should keep in mind is that Loki is not a villain. He may be characterized as a barbarian, but he clearly has a kind heart. His conversation with Luffy was undoubtedly a sign that he was not a villain and had a kind heart, because Luffy would have detected it differently, as he has always been an excellent judge of character. If that wasn't enough, readers should be aware that Shaggy showed Loki to be a kind-hearted individual in One Piece chapter 1134. According to one person, Loki may have a harsh demeanor, but on the inside, he is a nice person. Loki's decision to slay King Harald makes little sense given his compassionate heart. As a result, King Harald's death may have a deeper meaning than first appears. In fact, it's conceivable that Shanks' brother was the one who eventually killed King Harald. Loki clearly has a relationship with Shanks, though the specific nature of that link is unknown at this time. He definitely believes Shanks is a cowardly pirate, as he stated lately in One Piece. Perhaps Loki thinks Shanks is a cowardly pirate because he believes Shanks killed King Harald, although in actuality, he could have seen Shanks' brother do the crime. This would have benefited the world government in some way, and it's possible that they were after the famous devil fruit. Loki might have protected the devil fruit by swallowing it rather than allowing it to fall into Shanks' twins' clutches. Of course, all of this is speculation. That being said, King Harald's legacy will most likely be displayed to fans in a flashback, which they are eagerly anticipating. The legacy of King Harald's vision is still being carried out. In terms of King Harald's legacy, fans now know that he desired peace for the people of Elbaf, particularly future generations. His legacy is being carried forward through the Owl's library, and it is likely that when Elbaf dies, the person who succeeds him as king of the land will continue his glorious work. Summary and highlights. King Harald governed Elbaf for a long period, prioritizing trade above everything else. King Harald's death could be linked to a conspiracy against him. Owl's library, which he founded, continues to promote peace and wisdom. What do you think lies behind the mysterious death of King Harald? Is Loki truly guilty, or is this part of a greater conspiracy? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the deep dive into Elbaf's secrets, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest One Piece lore, theories, and reviews. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure through the Grand Line. Until next time, stay curious, and may your journey to the One Piece be ever thrilling. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Review YouTube channel. Buddy, we hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, question, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts on the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again, see you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments, the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other. Instead, they use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Ghoul D. Roger telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in this show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Ghoul D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is, or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.